Going?
And we are live.
Oh.
A little past 7, thanks to somebody. Not going to
Sorry.
name any names, but it wasn't me.
It was me.
Starla wanted to know if you picked up seeds today.
I did. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. And in fact, when I got those seeds, I went through everything and I planted, oh my gosh, this afternoon, I planted probably close to 500 seeds. So in all, what in the last 2 days, we probably did between transplanting, doing all that, getting plants in, and then seeds, I'd say we're close to over 2,000, right? You and I were trying to put that together, but well over 2,000.
Well, a lot of them are direct sown, so we're not going to get 2,000 germinations.
Right. So, and we actually wanted to talk about this because I told G, I was like, I want to try something different.
Well,
I experimented a little bit.
Update first.
Well, that's part of the update.
Okay, well, go ahead.
So I wanted to try to see if we didn't have a greenhouse and all we had is what we have, then let's figure it out, right? So no lights, no electricity, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And my brain just kind of raced back to the old days. And it was, they didn't have greenhouses. They didn't have electricity. So something's wrong. And so I went out and I decided I'm going to experiment. So I did. And super excited to just kind of see how everything turns out.
And I just so happened to have a conversation with somebody at work today about,
yeah, that's what you were saying,
about how we need to learn how to do this without all the extra stuff.
Yeah.
And we need to be able to do it like they used to do it. So we're gonna give it a try this year. We got a late start anyway because of circumstances, so we might as well use it to our advantage. You know, the other thing that we're going to end up doing is the chickens. We're going to try to get away from using incubators as much as possible. And we were just talking about it today. Out of all the chickens that are left,
so sad.
Out of all the chickens that are left, we've got 2 that were hatched naturally by a hen last year. So they survived everything. So they're laying eggs, and
the incubators did not do well.
Well,
they helped, but they did not do well.
We only got what, 25, 30 chicks maybe?
I don't know. I'd have to go in and count. I'm not sure we got that many.
But
I know out of bees, we only got 11 that survived.
So we had only out of 168 eggs, we only had about a 13% hatch rate. So we need to say hi to everybody, Angela. We didn't say. So Starla and Lucy were here. Faith K showed up, and we got RN from Central Bama, ACM Homestead, Hippocrates Gardens showed up. Life Done Freeze here. What do we got? Who else we got? Did I miss anybody? RN, Starla. No, looks like it. That's all that's in the chat right now.
Faith K, I'm glad you're not angry with me. I'd really like to get you on and just get your opinion. We can figure out some way to do that, but I don't know. I know Thursday night's live was a little rough for a lot of people, but sometimes you just got to ruffle feathers, I guess. Yep. Right?
Well, and it was just part of the conversation that needed to take place. There's I think some of the questions that Faith asked
were legit.
There's a whole different aspect that didn't get talked about.
Oh, and, we'll do another video.
That's one of those things. That's one of those things with those lives. The more you do it, the more you understand that they kind of, at times they kind of take on a life of their own. Especially,
derail.
That was her first.
No, my second.
Well, it was your first one hosting,
right?
It was your first one hosting.
I did the interview with Nicole,
and I was trying to stay on top of things in chat, and I was busy doing other things, and I was catching them where I could, but it's the conversation did become one dimensional, kind of, so we're trying to figure out how to do more of those talks, because I think it was overall it was really productive. I think
you guys, I'm just so tired of so tired of hearing all the time. And it's so beaten into us that as women, we're just not legit.
You're good for making sandwiches.
Stop it. But, I don't know. I was really kind of irritated because not too long ago, 10, 15 minutes ago, G played something and it was Sephora. And I was like, please tell me Sephora is not on our ad. And I said, where are you? And he didn't know. And so hopefully that was somebody else's channel.
I was on YouTube. I was listening to Chicago.
Yeah, I'm not supporting Sephora. This is not happening. And so
that's good. That's good news right there.
What's that?
She's got 11 broody hen with 11 eggs underneath her.
Nice. We got 2 that are starting to get broody.
Yeah,
we're only getting today. Yeah.
We're only getting 3 eggs a day right now.
No, we got 6 today.
Oh, we got 6. That's good.
Oh, yeah, they're getting broody.
That's good. That's good. You know, Starla, I built a couple of cold frames, and that's just something I got to work on. They did not do well.
No, they didn't.
They did not do well, and I've got to master that. That's a skill I haven't mastered yet. So there's that. Gregory Kissel showed up. Beth Finch showed up. Eagle Lover, Texas. Yes, we did. We missed you. We miss all you guys.
Yeah, you guys are what makes it great. So, but
how he oppresses his Indian woman. There you go. See, look, she knows.
So she's Native American. Yeah. Ah, dang it.
So, Faith, can you make fry bread? I work for a reservation. I work for an Indian tribe.
She knows. Yeah.
No,
she knows. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, if I wasn't on this diet, I'd be 100 pounds heavier, because man, that they have those Indian tacos. Oh, hey, look at that. Oh, that's awesome.
Ducks hatched.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Me and Tag had their first ducks hatched. All right.
Yeah.
Where are you going to stick them, Tag?
I think they're going down by the pond.
Well, of course, but their pond is huge. It's a small lake.
It's going to be a zone 1, I'm sure. It's going to be a zone 1, zone 2.
Lake. I miss our ducks. We had ducks at the old place, and I don't miss them. They're loud and smelly and messy, and they're just goofy, goofy animals, and I miss them so much. I was thinking about that today, as a matter of fact.
Hey, Gregory. Good to see you.
HG says, cold frames, greenhouses, tunnels, any kind of structure usually requires a significant amount of attention unless you've got $1 million to automate one.
Right.
Yes, that is absolutely true. Our tiny little greenhouse out there, we have to monitor it every single day. Even nowadays, even now.
I forgot to open it up today.
Oh, you probably killed everything.
I didn't, but
I'll check on it when I go.
Shoot. I've got sweet potatoes and lettuce and some other stuff going in there. And
well, the sweet potatoes love the heat, and the
not that hot. It was over 120 degrees yesterday.
The beds are wet enough; they'll be okay for one day.
All right.
Yes, you can spend a lot of money, especially the further north you get, the more expensive it becomes. But you can also do a lot of cool stuff. There's a guy not too far north of us in southern Nebraska that raises bananas in the middle of winter.
But he's doing that in Wallapini, though.
Well, that's what he's talking about, structures like that.
Yeah, he's doing that in Wallapini, and I would love to do that. I've got right now, the citrus trees are doing great in the house. Banana trees, that was a fail. That was my fault. I should not have listened to other people in other states because they don't know the temperature that I have in my kitchen the way that I cook.
So Towards Joy and Freedom popped in, and so did Skane's Girl and Kentucky State 11. You got something you want to share regarding Towards Joy and Freedom?
I do. I only ordered this exactly 1 week ago today, right? Mm-hmm. And so there's the store, and here's what Evan is getting for graduation. And
he is the son of a very close family friend.
My god sister. Yeah. And so we put his initial, well, they did his initials on there because I had like his whole name. And then so that didn't work. You can only get 3 letters on there. And then she sent me, because they knew what I was going to do, extra paper and a sticker so I could rewrap it after I put the money in here, because you kind of know it's graduation and Italians, you got to put the money up.
It's a ring holder, plus you open this up and it's got a little money pocket.
And share the quote. You want me to do it?
The greatest secrets are always hidden in the most unlikely places. Roland Dahl. So yeah, I think he'll enjoy it.
Yeah. And just super cool to just have some emergency money stuff somewhere and something happens and he's graduating and we know we've had kids and kind of the way it
Yep.
is. And our godson and
Well, and
all that,
the other upside of it is
there you go.
I don't know what the deal is with that. That was weird.
Talking about money.
Adroit Homestead from Colorado. Where in Colorado are you from? Angela's got family. Actually, my family's in southern Colorado, down in the San Luis Valley. Hers is up by Estes Park.
Yep. Estes, Glen Haven.
So we know Colorado pretty darn well.
Yeah, we need to get out there.
So
in fact, Aria owes me a visit. I've sent several freeze-dried Skittles down there.
Yep.
I need some child slave labor.
Child labor. That's one good thing about Homestead kids.
Yeah.
We're finding out that they enjoy working and they do it willingly and they do a semi good job.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, talk about their store because I know we did last Tuesday, but go to, I don't know how to pronounce it. Is it Rutsu? RUTSU, but it's got the little doohickeys on there, and maybe you could put a link. But if you show them this, then they can take a picture of this and get right on there. But they're on Etsy.
Yep, they're on Etsy.
So Etsy.com and then /shop /Rutsu designs.
This is the cool thing about technology, Angela. We can share this with them. We don't
put the link on there.
Yes, we can actually put the link in the comments.
Perfect. I'm telling you,
you said it correctly.
Yeah, I am so impressed with the quality. And I knew they were good people from the start. I knew at dinner. So I'm super excited about this. And I just hope that Evan likes it as much as I do.
She says that she received a Grumpy Acre t-shirt and wore it and advertised Grumpy Acres.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Everybody went, who?
Okay, so towards Joy and Freedom says it's a play on roots with an Asian accent.
Oh, okay.
Roots, okay.
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah, total sense.
It actually living in Japan for a year actually makes sense. It makes perfect sense now.
Great. So, I don't know. What else did we do? You worked on the bathroom a little bit.
I spent a large chunk of last 3-day weekend under the house. And I finished up some beds, some outside of the garden. Did that. Spent a lot of time taking care of the animals. Lesson learned this week. Goats and filled wire fence. And filled wire fence is the woven wire fence. They do not get along. Goats do not treat that fence very well.
No respect.
If you're going to use filled fence with goats, you need to run at least 2 wires. You need to run one hot down wire. At hot wires down at chest knee level, and then one up high. So when they try to go over the fence, they hit their nose on it.
And we're going to do that for the hogs when we get them in here. So the pigs will be, I think that's 6 inches, right? It's got to go down 6 inches.
What
the hot wire? I'm pretty sure that's what Sarah said.
When we had it at the old house, I had it about 8 inches off the ground.
Yeah, I think Sarah said 6, but we'll figure that out when we get there. So go pick them up.
Yeah.
But and we did more than that. Like there's a lot that happened this week.
We got a lot. The weather was gorgeous here. We had
so productive.
After it rained on Tuesday. Yeah, after we got off the live, it started pouring and it was raining. We lost internet connection like no more than 5 minutes after we got off the live last Tuesday. And it was raining so hard that it set off the motion detection lights in front of the coops.
Yeah.
Oh, Ghost is here.
Hey, Ghost.
But yeah, and so I
talked to JR Ghost, and I understand you're doing some t-shirts for Liberty Tree Fellowship. Where do I get in on that plan?
You went in on Ghost schedule?
Yes.
Okay. Well, you should probably send him an email.
We got to get the people the product.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. But it was a gorgeous week. After it rained, it was cold a couple of mornings, but other than that, it was really nice this week.
It's been gorgeous. I'm so comfortable with direct sewing right now. It's not even funny.
Even Tag agrees.
What are you saying?
He says the weather's been great here.
Yeah.
We had a couple of days where it was really windy.
Yesterday I was scrambling to get out of Topeka. I had to get out of the city, and I had doors and cement boards.
She went and picked up materials for the bathroom remodel, and I guess they got rained on and hailed on really bad.
Man, the lightning was so low, it was crazy, and I was literally at Lowe's because I had to go exchange a light, and I was at Lowe's, and literally I'm looking across the street. There was no rain where I was, but across the street, the lightning was coming down and it was raining hard. And I knew, okay, I got to bail out of here, make sure the doors were okay. And
okay, Gregory, the goats and the electric fabric fence. We've got the Premier One fence. Last year, I learned something that I did not know about.
Yeah. So
in order for that to work, the chargers have to be grounded properly, and we had
that means no high grass.
Well, with the Premier Ones, you can get about 6 inches of grass, but the problem we had last year was it was so dry here that it would not ground out the circuit, so it would not shock them. Mm-hmm. And I was talking with Darren from over at Hacks and the Homestead, and he was telling me that Billy Bond over at Perma Pastures had that problem, and he was driving copper grounding rods like where his fence was because it was so bad. So I'm going to start
copper or grounding rods.
Well, the grounding rods are copper.
Oh, they are?
Yeah, they're copper.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Proper grounding rods are copper. So I think I've got several 500-foot rolls of field fence. And so I think my project this summer is one of the projects is going to be to number one, repair the field fence that they've destroyed and get chargers onto the existing fence, and then put new field fence up and put grounding rods in so I can like cut off the paddocks inside the fence and make it so we can use it this year. So that's one of the plans. So lesson learned.
That's all right. Live and learn, and we're starting all over, and it just kind of is what it is. So things are different from one state to another. But yeah,
so
and
we got a lot of people saying the weather's been great. Skane says it's awesome. Is your pinky toe still that bad? I'm sorry, I shouldn't be laughing.
Oh, Skanes, I'm sorry. You need to go over to Root Zoo and you need to get that comfrey.
Tell them what your stupid dog did.
Apparently dogs love comfrey. And so I was rubbing it on my knee, and I just had it sitting over by the chair, and like within seconds she took it right off the chair and licked it clean.
So there's something you can put on your website that
her gut's healthy.
Your comfrey salve is dog friendly, dog approved.
Yeah.
Ooh, you see that?
What?
76-acre plot with woods and pond in Meriden.
Oh, nice.
That's just a hop, skip, and jump down the road from where
we are. You got me looking for worms, so I do have to get down there.
Yes, we need to get worms.
Yeah. What?
Yeah. Tag says the Dolly chasing the broom. She's there's times when she's really smart, and there's other times that she's a complete moron. I mean, beyond being puppy moron, she just loses her mind and goes.
She's actually, that was one of the things too this week, that she's finally coming into her own, and so she's still a puppy, but her instincts are setting in, and she has been a great asset getting the escapees back into their pasture. So
she did great. The first time we did it, I did it with her.
Well, we did it 2 times that day. Remember?
She did a really good job, but the the next day we did one, and
Well, she's still a
she
puppy.
was terrible.
She's still a puppy.
I'm just saying.
What I have to remind her is to go around the rear, and that is like you do that positive notification when she's in the right spot. And sometimes you just get so frustrated that you forget to do that. So it does take both of us to get.
So
everybody
Gregory,
back
if
in
you're
there.
talking about here in Kansas, it runs anywhere from what 2,500 acres up to 5,000.
I mean,
The people next door want 8,000 for their land,
8,500,
and that's not going to happen. I'm going to tell you right now,
doing that.
it's not going to happen.
Yeah,
So
that's for
he may
10
be
acres.
asking. He may be asking the Louisiana and Bama people. So Tag says it's been 5 to 6, but some seem to be going down.
Yeah, and that's what we're waiting for.
Yeah.
We're waiting for that to go down, and then we'll make them an offer.
Yeah.
Next door. So.
And it's a rough piece. It is a rough piece of property.
He's been running cattle out there.
Well, yeah.
So
I mean the front part of the property where the cattle shed is and the pond, I would
demolish.
I would literally bulldoze it.
Yeah.
I would bulldoze it flat. You know, and unfortunately the other downside of that property is you can only build a house. Can't go more than 150.
Build a house there.
You could, but you can't go more than 150 feet off the road.
We're not going to do that.
Well, no, we wouldn't. But if somebody else bought it,
no, we'll get it back to the way Cecil K had it.
But you can't build a house on it except for a very narrow strip at the front of the property because of the flood zone. Yeah, Gregory, that's in northeast Kansas.
Yeah. And we had, what was that? Was it
Texas? 19? Saw a couple go for 4,500 an acre lately.
And what was so the property just down the road, it went, what was that? 19.8 acres, something like that.
Tag, did you get a final price on that blue house that sold?
I think Chris and Misty said that it was like
sold near us
220, something like that. 225. They got full ask price.
Did they?
Mm-hmm.
It's a nice property. I mean, it's
but figure it has a house. It's already got electrical, that kind of thing, newly remodeled. So I don't know, but got some videos into the can, and so they're up. They're up waiting. Well, Angela. Somebody has to put videos out for these people. Somebody has to do it. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just like so into the freeze dryer and all that stuff coming up.
Y'all need to send her all kinds of little nasty grams in email. It's the real grumpy acres at gmail.com and send her all kinds of emails telling her that she needs to make videos and make comments on all the videos asking why she's not in the video.
No, you do a video and we gain subscribers. I do a video and we lose subscribers. So
we haven't lost any subscribers because of
get out.
You haven't.
Yes, we did. Yeah. Even on Thursdays. Thursday we were up, was it 12? We lost 6 or 8 subscribers.
That was YouTube. That was YouTube reconciling accounts. That's what that was.
I don't know.
That's one thing I'm learning about this being a content creator is the statistics that YouTube puts out for people. Fast and loose is kind of a proper thing.
Yeah.
What do you want?
One texting.
See, look, he's relating.
What do you say?
Because they're on vacation, right, Tag? They're both on vacation all the time.
I don't think that's it. It's just trying to figure out how you're working and then doing those videos. And hindsight 2020, I should have done a video tonight. I should have done a video yesterday. Should have done a video the day before. But it doesn't happen. I get so involved in the work that I'm doing. So.
Starla says that they're coming to the Campout.
Are you? I know we just talked about that, but are you?
Constant vacation, absolutely.
I'll bring you Jolly Ranchers, girl.
No, we did get some. Sad. It's sad. Sad's not really the right word. It's just kind of a pain. Went down and checked on the beehives, and the one surviving hive is gone. They absconded. I did not find a lot of dead bees, so I don't know. I think
they're living in a tree somewhere is what they're doing. I think they might be over at Chris's.
Certain types of content, yeah, absolutely.
Do
Faith. Oh, she said YouTube goes through periods where they show the numbers fluctuate.
Oh yeah.
So I think what we need to do probably ought to get B to come over and walk with us and help us find a new location for those bees.
I think so. And I want to do that before we take our hive from bees.
Right.
And get it back over here because I think I'm going to go ahead and split them.
Those guys are so mellow. I'm just going to put them over there by the pear trees.
I really want to split them.
Do you?
Yeah. We got to get those other hives and paying $250 for.
So Ghost wants to know where the campout is. So twice a year we have what it started out as the Midwest Preparedness Project. Actually, it started out.
You can find that on Facebook.
Actually, it just started out as a campout. Started with 7 families. 5 families? 15 years ago? Tag.
Yeah, 5. 13.
And Angela and I have been going to it for 10 and 9 years, respectively.
Something like that.
And it has grown. It went from 20 people.
8 years, maybe.
It went from 20 people the first 20 some people the first year, and this last year we had over 150 people on Saturday.
And we have a great speaker that's going to speak on Friday. And this woman, I need my phone.
And it's at Perry Lake, Kansas, which is probably 25 minutes northeast of Topeka, and it's at it's the last weekend of this month. It's what is it? It goes from Tuesday to Sunday morning.
I don't think
the 26th through the 30th.
We're going to set up our tent and claim our section on Monday, but I don't think it opens up until Wednesday.
So it's the 26th through the 30th this year is when it is. Yeah, and the numbers after talking with Spags Unfiltered and data from Getting Deep with Data are the two that are organizing it, which is really great because Spags used to manage and run the Kansas Prepper Expo in Topeka, which was a huge regional thing for a long time. He got burned out, and he's just now starting to get back into it. And we help organize it a couple of times, and I'm telling you what,
it's hard work.
It's a lot of work.
But let's talk about the special speaker on Friday.
Okay.
And that's what I was telling Starla. I'm like, if you can get up here, you really need to get up here because she's dealing with a lot of this crap. So let's figure it out.
What's her name?
Kelly Blackwell. She has a book. She's also been interviewed on Fox. I've seen her, Sean Hannity, Joe Spags. I mean, just all over the place. And this is a woman who literally, her son was dying and dying of cancer. They were over in the UK and she stood up and there was a big war. They were going to put her in jail for child abuse. And so she's now here in the US and we will guard her 100%.
We had dinner with her on Sunday night after Self-Reliance Festival. We had a big group that went out.
No. Kelly?
Wasn't it? Oh, that wasn't her?
No.
Oh.
No.
Never mind.
You're thinking of Louise.
Oh, Louise.
Yeah,
that's right. Costum and Louise.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Names and faces. You guys, I'm sorry. Pope Prix for Life is here, and Mrs. Hacks showed up. How you guys doing?
Hacks.
But yeah, and it's gonna be this one. This one's gonna be really good. I think this one she's gonna be out there camping during the week.
Well, I'll probably go out Thursday.
I've got to work.
We'll set everything up Monday, and then Thursday I'll go set up the vendor tent, and then get all that stuff done. I'll be out there Thursday through, probably through Sunday. But.
And I, unfortunately, with taking care of the animals, all of
our kiddos,
our farm sitters
wants to be at camp.
Yeah, our farm sitters are going to be at camp camping out, so I'm going to be stuck here. Which I'll be honest with you,
I tried to do a serious price for them, and they were like, "Nope, we're going to camp." I'm like, "All right." So, but that's where they get to hang around like-minded people and the kids and all that. They have a good time. So,
but we do. Our class is starting on Thursday this year.
No, Friday.
They're starting on Friday, and they have classes Friday and Saturday, and then Saturday evening we have a potluck, and the food is phenomenal.
And any of those that are day visitors, because we know we're going to have them, we will have food out there. We are actually going to be the first food vendors for that event. And so we will have food.
Have you talked to Spags? Does Spags know this?
He knows that.
Okay,
He
as
actually
long
asked me.
As long as Spags knows it,
Yeah.
as long as Spags knows it,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah.
But then after the potluck, we have what we call Barter Town, and it's no cash. It's only trade, and
Silver.
it's a really fun time. It's usually a really fun time. Yeah, Gregory, somebody has to hold down for it. And I'll be honest with you, I kind of like sleeping in my bed since we're so close. When we were 2 hours away, it wasn't a big
We
deal
always
camping.
camped. Yeah.
But now that I'm so close, I'm like, yeah, I can sleep in my bed and still make it when everybody else is there.
I just know that we have so many people coming out. I really feel obligated that one of us has to be there. So,
yeah. But it's a fun time. We've done it. Where was the place you guys did it, Tag, where it was over 100 degrees and there were no trees?
Was that Clinton?
No. But we done it at Clinton Lake, which is by Topeka or by Lawrence. We did it down by Pomme de Terre.
Mm-hmm.
That one was the monsoon season. It rained. Oh gosh, it rained so hard. The tents were floating. Actually, that's how bad it was. And then, but normally we do it up.
Kind of how Tennessee turned out.
Yeah. Wilson Lake. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, that happened 12, 13 years ago, and we still hear about it every camp out. That's how bad it was.
2014.
And this will probably from what they're saying with the size this is becoming,
we have to find a new spot.
Yeah, they're gonna find a new spot. They're gonna have to, because there's a vault toilet. They're actually having to bring porta potties in because there's going to be so many people. Starla wants to know, can you barter with seeds and sugar? Somehow I wound up with 100 more pounds of cane sugar and salt each. You can bring your
cane sugar directly to me first, as long as it's pure cane sugar.
I'll distill it. I'll turn it into alcohol.
Bring it.
No, seriously, that you can trade
Mm-hmm.
anything as long as it's not illegal.
Yep.
And we've seen all kinds of crazy stuff.
Oh my gosh, guns and all kinds of stuff. So guns would probably be a little bit difficult if you're coming from another state, but we can always figure out. I think it's $10 for an FFL transfer. $10, right?
Well, we might be able to get an FFL there.
Oh, I know he's going to be there, but
is he going to be there?
Yeah, I'm sure he's going to be there, because just in case somebody wins something, he's got to do
I'm sure that Spags, because of what
he does and what he
does.
I'm
sure that Spags is going to have somebody there that can do that.
Yeah. And so
oh man, Angela and Tag go back and forth. We ended up with how many Lapua bullets for reloading? And it
wasn't reload. They were full on bullets.
No, they were reloads.
No,
they were reloads.
No,
they were the bullets.
Tag.
Themselves.
They were fully loaded, ready to go. And I think there was like 250.
No, they weren't. So Tag says that's Tuttle Creek Lake. Yeah, but her and Tag were going back and forth, and they both
sent an innocent child to interfere with what was going on.
Well, you both said that you were the reason why I ended up with all these Lapua bullets that I couldn't use. So one of you two got taken advantage of. I don't know.
Are you talking about the 44?
No,
and we did buy.
No, that was the Lapua bullets.
Oh no!
I
knew Tag wanted those, and so I gave those back to them. And then the same kid they sent in to give me a jar of honey that I wouldn't accept. You know, we had bees that I wouldn't accept. I made him cry.
What's that say?
And then
what's that say?
They were bullets for reloading, not anyway. So but what? I was not mean. They call me the mean girl. If you hear a couple of kids say you're the mean girl.
Hold on, Tag. Hold on. To be fair, she has not made any children cry at Campout.
No.
She's made some adults cry, but not any children.
That's not true.
Oh, you have made children cry?
Last Campout.
Who'd you make cry?
I didn't have Skittles for her because we were selling them, and she didn't participate in the kids' activities, so she didn't get any. And so,
well, that's her fault, not yours.
I mean, this is what I'm saying. So, am I a mean girl?
Yeah, I'm not. I don't have to put.
But anyway, so The funny part is I ended up giving those to B, and then B, the same child that they sent in. Oh no, I didn't give them to her. Oh, I gave them to the kid because everybody made me feel guilty. And so s'mores. And so s'mores in turn, B had to pay $20. Oh
So
gosh.
Richter says those chips and Skittles are addictive, aren't they?
Yeah. Yep.
I'm going to say this.
You notice I only sent you one bag of Skittles.
I am taking full credit for coming up with the idea of the ham and cheese chips because
You did that.
I needed a snack, and we were trying to figure out the.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to do the ham and cheese chips and the lime. Chili and lime
was
chili
not
and
very
lime
good.
pork chips, and that did not turn out well.
Chili and lime, I really think that has to be reconstituted. But this is one of the things I talked to Teapot today as well, and we need to figure out how to get food in Robert's
Starla
belly.
says you're very sweet. She's got you. She's got you bamboozled there, Starla.
But so we got to figure out how to get Robert to eat. So I'm gonna send him some over the ham and cheese. I don't think I'm gonna do the pork tenderloin. I don't know if he's gonna like that, but the ham and cheese for sure. And then I'll come up with maybe some of the pizza chips.
I really like the pizza chips.
Yeah, a lot of people did. So
and the pizza chips are what, shredded chicken with pizzas.
Yeah, I shred the chicken.
I
shred the chicken and then put together the crust. I mean, it's an ordeal, but I get it done and he likes it. A lot of other people like it. It's just, if you go, dang, that's expensive. Well, yeah, because it's all meat, cheese, that kind of thing. And it's a lot of work.
Well, she's got a recipe for chicken crust pizza.
Yeah.
And that's what started that.
Mm-hmm.
And the chicken crust pizza, swear to God, it tastes exactly like a meat lover's pizza from Pizza Hut.
Or like almost like even a cauliflower pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, kind of the same consistency. So, but we did that. So we'll send some stuff over to Robert.
Starla's going to find out exactly how mean you are.
If I even barter, I don't know what we're going to. Are you going to these things? We need to have one of the Martin kids needs to come over and get his pay. He's got to go through there.
Scanes, if you, I'm gonna say out of the people that barter, and this is just my personal opinion because I suck at it. Tag is probably the best barterer that I've ever met, and this one is following a really close second. And then
I'm a close second to Tag.
He's better at it.
Tag couldn't even beat me.
He did.
He did not.
I've seen him.
He had to pull out the crying kid.
Look, as soon as you can wheel and deal as much stuff on our property as what he's able to do for himself, then I will put you up there. I will rank you up there next time. I'm not in the
market to wheel and deal for necessarily what we have on the property.
Those two out of everybody there are probably the two best barters. There's a couple other people that are following close behind them, but these two.
Yeah, we get some really cool stuff, and even oh my gosh, my belly band.
But the thing is,
I didn't even have anything to barter.
You were in real estate, and your job was to.
You got to be a salesperson.
Yeah, you got to. Yeah. If you're a salesperson and you come to barter, you're going to do well. Okay, Rickster wants to know about freeze dried maple bars. It's a lot of sugar.
A new one on me. I'm not sure.
It's a lot. We can try it. We got maple syrup in there.
Yeah. I'm not sure how that's going to work. Let me look it up. So now you gave me a challenge. Let me look it up and see what I can do, what I come up with.
All right.
You got pen and paper? Oh, it's in the bathroom. Sorry, I've been on the phone all day. And so I usually keep a pen and paper around all the time, and I can jot down some notes. But
that's a good trade there, Starla.
What's that?
She got a first ever shotgun for some seeds.
Yeah.
And there's, I hate to say this, and I don't mean this as a black pill, but that there may be a time here in the near future where seeds may be as good a trading thing as what bullets and guns are.
Yeah, so like Starla sent me an entire package of seeds and stuff. Angelica, Starla was not in there. And I looked for it because that was the first thing I was going to go put in the ground. It's not there. So I'm thinking you said that's coming in the next package. Um, but yeah, seeds, you're talking medicinal food, beauty, and really a lot of that beauty is medicine and food. And so that's what G actually made the comment. He's like, I just want some pansies. And I was like, I'll go get pansies. And I was super, super excited because I found giant pansies and they're beautiful colors, absolutely beautiful. And so I found those and they're heirloom. So I told him we have to be careful cutting the buds off because I do use those in salads. You guys, if you see my cooking recipes, you know I use flowers in there. And so I have to be careful because we want seeds from that. And those are the only pansies that I grew. So
the whole food thing. I don't know if you have been around for a while. A couple months ago, I made reference to a couple articles in trade mags where they were talking about how beef prices were going to go up because of hay prices and
it's not
cattle
really
shortage.
what's going on.
No, that has finally hit the mainstream news, and that people are starting to talk about it. The Kansas winter wheat harvest normally has about 40% of the wheat is in excellent condition, and it's only 15%.
Well, and the corn too, right? Because
well, they were talking about wheat and beef.
Chris
and
saw
hay.
that they were actually going to the edge of the river and collecting corn stuff. So
that information is finally making its way out to the mainstream media, and guys, you got it between that and the mRNA being put into
chicken, pork,
yeah,
beef.
they're gonna inoculate animals with this stuff. In fact, they've already
they already are.
You know, you really need to start looking locally for your food. I mean, that's the
connect with your farmers.
That's the white pill behind it all is we've still got the ability to go to farmers and purchase stuff from people that are going to give us a good quality.
Oh, Starla, whatever you want to send, and I'll do it just so we can keep seeds going. So,
did Tiger show up? Hey, Tiger.
Yeah, so Starla, whatever you want to send, and we'll get. There's enough in the community. We can get quite a bit going, and we share seeds, so
yeah,
it's not a big deal. We just want to make sure those keep growing and we keep getting seeds from the best products. So,
well, and unfortunately, I don't know how well our garden's going to do this year. To be honest with you,
I think it's going to be better than last year.
You think so?
You know, you want to know why?
Why is that?
Because it takes 5 years in permaculture to build your property. So it's going to be better than last year.
I know, but I still think about the garden we had that last year we were in Pleasant Hill.
You can't.
I know.
And we left that to the new buyers, and Sarah and Caleb are enjoyed it. They were able, the homeschoolers came in, they gave pumpkins away and that kind of thing. It's okay. We'll get through it.
I know. It's just hard. It's hard sometimes.
Be strong.
I tell you what, folks, I've got 2 great big rolls of weed fabric. I'm covering the entire garden in weed fabric.
We should have 3 out there. Is there only 2?
Well, there's 2.5. And you are not burning holes in it. I went to all the trouble. I went and bought vinyl billboards, huge billboards. And I had it all laid out, and I laid everything out, and I burned holes at the proper distance. And I came home, and somebody, and I'm not going to name any names, somebody had gone in behind me and burned, like, where there should be 2 holes, there were 4. And what happened was
I had extra plants.
The weeds grew up. Every place you've got a hole in those things, weeds will grow up. Yeah. So even though we had billboards down, the garden was just covered with weeds.
And honestly, I didn't really care for the billboards. So that ink gets in the ground. B and I had this conversation. And
it's fine. It's vegetable based, and it's doesn't hurt the plants.
You don't really know. They're just telling you that that's what it is. No, you don't really know. Like, I'm going to go to the store and I'm going to buy chicken, and I know where the chicken's coming from. I know it's not full of NRA or
It's an
whatever that
industry
is.
thing. It's an industry thing because they can't have the oil-based inks anymore because it does get into the ground when the billboards are thrown away.
So
the industry
EPA is on top of it.
Yeah, well, the industry
Oh.
changed. I talked to the guy that owned the billboard shop.
All right.
Yeah, hay
Right.
prices are going up here. We lucked out. We still got probably 6 months worth of hay at last year's prices. Yeah, I was talking with Chris.
We'll see what he comes up with. We'll figure out what first cuts are and all that.
Yeah.
But we may have to make a few decisions around here. So
well, we have to call some animals. We have to make our herd smaller.
Yeah. So we have more animals coming on, but oh well.
Richter said it was 77 in Utah. That's like a heat wave, isn't it?
It was hot here. I was sweating out there planting the garden.
You don't sweat, you glisten.
Oh, thank you.
She sweats.
Our armpits felt really wet, so
yeah, Starla, we talking with the guy that owned the billboard company. He had a guy that raises chickens commercially, and he put it down in his chicken
tractors.
Well, no, not the big hoop houses that they raise chickens in. And so all he had to do was open up one end and use the tractor to pull the tarps out, and then he could dump it all in one spot. And he said it was very easy. Skane says there's more cold weather coming for most of us. Okay, now what's cold weather where you are?
A lot of the seeds that I was looking at, they like 60 to 65, 68, which is why I decided to go ahead and direct sow. And so I did that. And then worst case scenario, if we have a deep frost that's coming in, then I've got, is it 9 mil plastic out there?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've got 9 mil plastic. I'll just go cut some of that and cover them up. Government's they're not going to take us over.
See, Tammy wins the award for the best sentence of the day. It is always a good day when you can put food in the ground.
Yes.
Amen.
I was like, that's what you and I were talking about yesterday, even because I did the sweet potatoes, got all that stuff done, did the lettuce and all that. And I was out in the greenhouse and I was like, there was just something really rewarding about that. And then today I went back out and I did it again. Not the same thing. I just did seeds and I came back in and like, man, how does garden 30 turn into garden hour and a half? But I mean,
and they used to make fun of me.
Very therapeutic.
I used to get down on my hands and knees in the garden when we lived in the suburban house, and I spent a lot of time and effort making that a good garden.
Yeah,
because it was just fill whenever we moved in. Yeah. But they used to make fun of me because I'd go out there on a warm day and just grab a couple of handfuls and take a big sniff of that good earthy smell.
And it was
rejuvenating.
It was super funny because we've been outside for a week. And so, doing everything, and we were trying to figure out the lighting and all of that. And like, why do we look so dark? And we figured out we got sun. We're getting darker.
I got a lot of sun this weekend.
So, we're not as pale as what we used to be.
Gregory says it was 87 up there.
Yeah. I don't know what the temperature was here, but it was dang hot.
It was a good day. It was nice outside today.
Yeah. It was good. So,
well, did we do anything else? Fixing the trailer. I did a video on you guys are going to get to see the aftermath of what happened to the trailer because I made a video of that. So that's going to pop up, I think, tomorrow, maybe Friday, maybe. I don't know. I'd have to go look. Chuck Peoples in the house.
Hey, Chuck. We'll be seeing you in Kentucky, I believe. Yeah, dirt don't hurt. It does not. And so that was one of the things, like my hands were covered and I had my worry knife out there and then I had my tools. And finally it was like, I have so many seeds here. I just don't care. And so I started pulling my hands through the dirt and getting everything sewn. And oh man, it just felt good.
Yeah, that Jack guy and that permaculture pimp guy. So I learned a new word. I need to learn that. I learned a new word yesterday. permadirt.
Permadirt?
Permadirt is an actual thing.
Hmm.
Permadirt is what you get whenever you're out in a camp for a long time or living in a wilderness camp where you're constantly working out in the soil and stuff. So I've got, I don't know if you can see that on my
Oh, when it's constantly on your skin
Permadirt.
and under your nails.
I have tried to scrub that out. It will not come out.
This is what we look like. So this is why I quit getting manicures, because it just
so
doesn't help.
I've got permadirt. I didn't realize there was an actual word for what it was. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's completely crazy. Yeah. And I scrub and scrub and scrub
Yeah.
too. In fact, I scrub so much my hands hurt.
Yeah. So I would say, and especially after doing festivals for as long as we have, and campouts and that kind of thing, if you really want to know how somebody works, then you look for permadirt.
Permadirt, absolutely.
All right.
Yeah, Gregory's right. You can't buy good dirt, you make it.
Yeah.
In fact, last year we had a whole bunch of people in this area that were complaining, saying that they bought topsoil from local places and it killed their garden. And come to find out,
well, and it was woody too.
Well, come to find out that a lot of places ended up with herbicides in their topsoil, and then they were turning around and selling it to people. Yeah. I'm glad we didn't. It didn't happen to us, thank God. We had a couple of people.
Do we have somebody new?
Where's that?
Rose? Oh, is that Rosie?
Yeah. No. Is it?
No, I don't know.
Is that Rosie?
That's Rose.
It's not. That's Rose. Well, hello, Rose Salamino. Welcome. Here we go. Yeah. Have you heard the new name for commies? Cultural socialists. No.
I can see it coming.
what I've heard is Marxists is what I've heard. In fact, that's what I'm not going to call them leftists. I'm not going to call them liberals. They are Marxist, and I apologize for being political. I know when we started this channel, I said we're not going to be political, but
there's no way.
Politics, unfortunately, because of the way some people are in this country, has permeated every aspect of our lives.
It's how they're making money.
I just personally, I think a lot of you will agree. I just want to be left alone so I can garden and raise my animals the way I see fit.
Just know that we can eat without being poisoned.
But they don't want to do that. So we have to go into that arena. In fact, I'm doing a video on this very subject. Probably go up sometime this weekend.
Are you? You're going to go there?
Yeah. I'm gonna talk about it. If anything, it'll be on Rumble if it gets taken down. And I don't think it will. I'm pretty good at walking that line. I'm not like some of the creators that are like, I don't care if I get kicked off. I'm not gonna lie.
Was that a jab at me?
No, that's not you. Okay. That's not you. That's some other people. It's not a jab either. It's just something that I don't understand. Yeah. I don't. Okay.
You have to be able to get the message out.
So yeah, exactly. So I understand wanting to speak the truth, but what I don't understand is doing something purposely to get yourself taken off and taken off the largest platform you could have, and being able to talk to the most amount of people. There are platforms like Freesteading. There are platforms like Liberty Tree Fellowship. There are platforms like other places. There are a whole bunch of platforms where you can go make the videos that cannot be made on YouTube. And you can use YouTube as a platform to get the basic message out and then tell people, hey, you want to see the whole story, go here.
Yeah.
Go here.
Yeah.
And so don't close yourself out of the best venue to start the conversation in is all I'm trying to say. And I'll also say I saw someone, they post on all their videos, don't click on ads on my videos. We got monetized for a reason, and we're not making any money off it. So don't think it's working out well.
Nobody getting rich here.
Yeah. Don't think it's working out well. But John Willis from SOE summed it up perfectly for me. He said that ad money is going to get sent out no matter what you do. Somebody is going to make that ad revenue. So you either get into that system and get the money. Same goes for Amazon affiliates and other places. You get involved in that system and you get that cut of the money that would go to somebody else that you don't know how they're going to spend it.
Mm-hmm.
If it gets into your pocket, you know how you're going to spend it, and you can spend it on something that is worthwhile towards something that you believe in.
And we can give it back to you. And so, but didn't you also get some of that from Tag and Billy and
Tag and Billy said it too, but they, I'm going to say John was much more eloquent and much more to the point.
Well, your mind was blown.
No, that happened before he blew my mind.
Okay.
On Sunday. No, but it's just, I don't. Well, you have to play the game somewhat if you want to stay in it.
Here's the thing.
Until we can change the rules, which is exactly what we're doing over on Freesteading.
Yeah. And so I'm just going to be honest. I was feeling a little bit Mexican today. And I was like, oh, okay, I could go get the burrito. I could go ahead. They always have that trailer right there next to 75 and where he makes that good Mexican food. I would make it.
I don't eat out like that.
You liar. But I could smell it. No, you eat out more than I do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. And so I was like, oh man, because I could just smell it. And I was like, you know what would be nice? Modelo. And so I went in and I stopped at Wendy's place and I looked in there and I was like, dang, everything's empty. And one of the girls is like, we don't get delivery till tomorrow. And I was like, no big deal. I said, but I'd rather support Wendy than Walmart. So let me just figure out what I want and I'm going to buy it. Yeah. And so I bought it.
Buying local. Costs more.
A little bit.
Costs more.
Yeah.
Not quite as convenient sometimes.
Right. Well, but Walmart's not convenient either. It's really huge. And so you have to really walk the aisles. You don't shop.
Quite frankly, where
you don't shop, so you don't know.
Quite frankly, where we live, nothing is really convenient. Mm-mm. Which is good. That's exactly what we wanted.
Yeah. Yeah, no. So shopping local, getting with the farmers, all of that. I mean, that was huge. And then where are we at? 57:25. Do we want to take questions? Do you have more to share? Do you got anything else?
Well, we can talk about anything.
Oh, if you want to talk about anything, I was pretty lit today.
You've been drinking when I wasn't home?
No.
Oh, you were angry.
Oh, you were trying to be funny. Oh, yeah, no. So continuously, and I must say, especially in the last 2 weeks, I have had, don't want to piss anybody off, but I'm just going to say what I have to say. I've had so much transgender stupid BS shoved down my throat and what not a good woman that I am and how weak I am and how stupid I am.
Ladies, all I'm saying is Caitlyn Jenner was the woman of the year. So that means that there was a man that beat you out at that job too.
I don't think you're funny.
I think
like this is the stupid shit. And I'm just gonna say it. This is the stupid shit. And it's coming over the radio. It's coming through Pepsi Cola. It's coming through Coca-Cola. It's coming through Anheuser-Busch. And then I really started doing a lot of research to see where a lot of this stuff was coming from. And I'm like, we have to grow it all ourselves. We have to produce it and grow it ourselves.
Well, and that's part of what the whole movement that we're part of is, I talk about it all the time. The modern self-sufficiency. Starla said I need to make more wine videos. And I was actually going to do that this weekend, but I got busy doing other things.
Yeah, the berries are in the freezer.
But this whole, you cannot be self-sufficient in modern America unless you're living in a cave and eating a subsistence lifestyle, subsistent diet.
I don't think that's true though.
No,
you can be self-sufficient, but you're going to eat what you grow.
No, in modern America, you cannot.
Oh, you're talking like in the.
That's why we talk. That's why we constantly talk about modern self-sufficiency. Mm-hmm. So modern self-sufficiency is, and I'm actually doing a video talking about this too.
This is why you'll never see me do a video. He hogs them.
Somebody's got to fill that gap. But modern self-sufficiency is your ability to handle any problem that you face, or handle a problem with as many problems as you can with the skills, material, and knowledge that you have on hand, right? So we're moving towards modern self-sufficiency, and
yeah, I'll get
hopefully
the tobacco out. The tobacco I'll probably start growing. Oh, probably when we get back from Midwest Preparedness Festival.
See, yeah. Although, okay, I'm just going to share Nick Fuentes. He's a member of the Virginia State Legislature, and he's a veteran, and he's a hardcore patriot. And he made a short today, and he said that having Dylan Mulvaney being the spokesperson for beer was perfectly fine, because it was a man masquerading as a woman promoting a water that was masquerading as beer. Listen, if we can't laugh,
I did laugh. I laughed at it.
If we can't laugh at it, then they've won. We gotta, the best way to fight these people is to ridicule them. They cannot handle ridicule.
Yeah. Yep. What did you saw an article? Wait, you saw an article. So Budweiser's or Anheuser-Busch, their profits went down how much today? You saw that article today.
Bud Light bottles were down 30% over the last week, and Bud Light tap was down over 50% across the country.
Good for you guys.
See, now Starla, I've been around the Amish and the Mennonites, and they are. Well, she's saying that she disagrees. You can be self-sufficient. They are.
Yeah.
They are modernly self-sufficient as you can be. They're way ahead of the game.
But you're talking about.
No, when I'm saying self-sufficient,
I think she's on the same page I am.
Well, when
you're talking about modern.
No, right? When you say self-sufficient, even the homesteaders weren't self-sufficient. That's why all these towns and trading posts.
Because we had to go buy material.
Yeah, you can't unless you're living a Neolithic lifestyle. You can't be self-sufficient, because there's always other inputs that need to come in.
You have to have the mill. You've got to have all that stuff.
And it's just part of civilization. I mean, that's one of the reasons we became civilized, was because no one person could make everything that people needed. That's why you come together as a community. Now communities can be self-sufficient.
Yeah.
And that's what we're trying to push for. We're trying to push for our communities.
Well, community self-sufficiency, because we trade back and forth with each other.
You can get a community that's self-sufficient, and then you get more the more communities you have, the more self-sufficient the entire group becomes. Yeah, Rickster asks a great question. What would the Terminator do? Out of anybody that's in here, anybody that's in here, I'm gonna say Terminator's probably got a leg up on most of us if everything falls apart. See, and Faith K, the Amish and I are by no means self-sufficient. If they have to be, they can be with sacrifices. Communities are not set up these days to be self-sufficient.
But there's always sacrifice in that. We sacrifice.
Well, and that's the whole point.
Everyone in our community has sacrificed.
That's the whole point of making the distinction between self-sufficiency and modern self-sufficiency. All right. Now I use the word modern, and that's to say that there are inputs coming in. There's always going to be inputs coming in, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that, and it makes for a better. Nobody wants to live a Neolithic lifestyle. Trust me. You don't want to be hunter-gatherers. You don't want to be migratory, because that's what it takes to be self-sufficient, truly self-sufficient. Oh, there you go. Skanes is hitting it right on the nail right there. Terminator needs to do an intern program to teach. She needs to get people up on her property, especially in the wintertime.
Actually, we're trying to smuggle her into the U.S. right now.
We're gonna buy her.
To figure out, and if she identifies as Black, we can get her through California and Mexico border. And they'll pay her $300,000.
We're gonna buy her a airline ticket to Mexicali, and then have her walk across into Yuma, and then we'll pick her up and.
No, give her the $300,000. Let her identify as Black, and we'll just bring her through California.
You and your race stuff. See,
I mean,
it's always about color with her.
did I do it? I didn't do it. This is literally what's in the news.
Let's see here. What do we got? What else we got going on? You know, but that's the whole point of what we're doing here, is to share our experiences and get people pointed in basic nominally the same direction. No way we're going to get everybody pointed in the same direction. And to be honest with you, I don't want everybody pointed in the same direction.
So I'm going to get ready to put chickens away. But the one thing that I want to say, I had some interesting conversations in the last week.
Okay.
So you guys know that we have the termite damage and all that stuff, or if it's water rot or
let me
whatever.
go put the chickens away while you tell them that story.
No. Stay. I'm going to go do it. I want to smoke. So, but I'm not afraid. But so we actually, I called, I looked up a bunch of people and I thought, well, let's start local. And so I had somebody come in and give us a bid. What was that? Friday, I think. And so he gave us a bid. Oh my God. Oh,
$26.50.
I was pissed. And so I said, okay, I'm seeing ants in my bathroom. We need to figure that one out.
Yeah, I gotta go put the chickens.
I'll do it.
I'll do it. It's dark. They're gonna get.
Are you gonna finish the story?
Finish it. I will finish it. Yeah. So long story short. We
gotta talk about Nick, right?
The guy quoted us $2,600, almost $2,700
before taxes.
Yeah, before taxes. And that was just for perimeter treatment, and that was because he would not do the interior because there was insufficient access to the crawl space. Now, mind you, at that point in time, I had a 4 foot by 4 foot floor in the middle of the second bathroom, so you could get down. I could get down there very easily, so it's not like he didn't have access. And Angela seems to think that the guy looked at everything that we're doing here and decided he was just going to get as much money out of us as he can. And then she talked to another local exterminator who referred guys to this guy when he couldn't do them. And he's like, oh, I need to know this because I can't have him telling people that. So just be careful whenever you got people coming out there doing contract work for you, because they may look at you and decide you got deep pockets just because you're living on land. It's just something you deal with, and we're gonna have to. Okay, whoa, what'd I miss? Okay, you guys are gonna have to. I'm gonna have to go back up. Give me a second. I missed this. Exploding cows. Oh, the dairy blowing up. Dairy farm blowing up here in the panel. No, missed that. They're going after protein now. I'm not wearing my tinfoil hat. I'm just saying that things are not kosher in Denmark. Well, I'll wait till Angela comes back. That's about what we did this week. It was just like I said, it was gorgeous out here. Shot a lot of videos. Yeah, that could be it. HG. Shot a lot of videos, got a lot of work done around here. Just one thing I realized this week, and I got out of the habit of doing it for a long time, is getting in habits, forming habits, and doing things on a regular basis to make them part of my daily lifestyle. So I started doing yoga again because I need to stretch. I can't stretch like I used to just because of the age and old injuries and stuff. So I started doing yoga about a year ago, and I got out of the habit of doing it and started getting back into it. And it's actually something I look forward to now, and just like the Garden 30, I did a video this week about doing the Garden 30 that Nicole Sauce talks about from Living Free in Tennessee. If you get out, just take 30 minutes out of your day and go out and work in the garden, weed, do whatever you need to do in the garden, but just spend 30 minutes doing it. You can put your headphones on and listen to podcasts or do it. And like Yoda said, Garden 30 turned into a garden 2 hours for her the other day, which is great. which is great in my opinion. She needs to get rid of all the time sinks that are keeping her from gardening and get into the garden. Rickster, that's just wrong. Now I've got a mental image that I can't get rid of. See, Dog Creek had the same thing. Same thing with the contractor, just doing it so. And that's what we're going to do. We've got a friend in the old town we used to live in that was our exterminator, and we're going to call him and we're going to find out, how do we do it ourselves, and at the price that guy was charging us and what anybody else is going to charge us, it might be worthwhile to tell our friend that, hey, pack your stuff up, drive out here, we'll feed you dinner and we'll throw a little money your way, and it'll be cheaper than using this guy. So, okay, guys, stop typing stuff about Yoda. That wasn't nice.
No, stop.
She's back in the room. Okay, just be nice to her.
Stop. Did you talk about Nick?
Who's Nick?
So Nick,
the second exterminator.
Yep.
Yeah, I talked about
the guy that was perfectly honest.
Yeah.
And it's honest.
I told him.
Pest control out of Holton.
I told him.
Yeah. No, he's good. And now probably, hopefully, a community member. So.
You know what, Lizzie? The chickens don't care. That's one thing I have to remind myself. The chickens and the goats do not care.
Yeah.
Though that bathroom, that bathroom that I'm doing has a distinct tilt in the floor, and I tried to get it out, but there's one corner I just could not get it to fix. So
I can't even notice though.
Well, Mrs. Hacks.
She said she could.
Yeah, Mrs. Hacks saw it. Yeah, lifetime free. Super busy. It's that time of the year. Absolutely. But so I'm just gonna have to deal with it. Just have to live with it. Of course, part of the problem is, Lucy, that we're the ones building it, so we see every single little imperfection.
Well, and that's one of the problems too with having outsiders come in to get something done, is because they think you automatically are paying contractors and doing all this stuff. They just take advantage. It's total suck. But
okay, Starla says she needs wild huckleberry.
Tag.
I don't know. We don't have any here.
Well, that we found yet, but I think Tag and B do. I think that's where I saw that.
Don't be opsecking them. Letting people know what they've got.
No, they put it on their video.
Oh.
Because she asked me about it. Yeah. Well, Starla asked me about it.
She's the Mongolian slave driver building swells. I got to start getting swells on this property.
Yes,
it's that time.
We do.
It's that time. That rain the other day, I was looking at all the rain running off our property, and just,
gosh,
it was killing me. All that water running off, and
Yep.
it's just one of those things, I just finding the time, and I'm not gonna lie. Over the last year and a half, I wasted a lot of time that I shouldn't have.
Well, no, it's just a catch-up game. So,
Oh, Lucy, I'm with you. Gooseberries.
Mm.
If, in fact, when we go back to visit the old town, I want to stop by the old homestead and see if we can pick up some gooseberries.
Well, when we go get the hogs, we will.
Okay.
So, from there, I'm sure Sarah not going to care. So,
Brian says, and sometimes contractors scope out the house for things of value. They have friends that break in and steal your stuff.
Yep.
That would probably not be a good idea here.
Not here.
Manny may be a little crotchety, but when he wants to, he can move.
I'm pretty sure the guy got the idea too as soon as I was wanting to escort him off the property. I wasn't happy.
Yeah.
So
But there was a couple walking their dogs down the road. They must be new because I haven't seen them before.
Well, I
but
saw
Manny went off the porch like he was a pup, and he hasn't done that in ages. But he was out there sniffing that other German Shepherd. What kind of hogs are we getting? Do you know?
Yeah, so we actually sold them to. Well, we sold the female, so they are heifers.
Yeah, we're getting babies of the female that we left.
Yeah.
And I had part of the male I had part of the male for breakfast the other day.
Did you? You
I had sausage. I had sausage the other day. Oh, Tag, I didn't know you had wild gooseberries. Okay, man, we're gonna have to barter.
Yeah.
We are gonna have. My mom made a wicked gooseberry pie when I was a kid, and ever since then,
Every time I go up to Jamesport, you make me get a gooseberry pie.
She has to bring a gooseberry pie back. I don't care what diet I'm on. I will have some gooseberry pie. That's some good stuff right there. Yeah. We lived in the suburbs of Kansas City when I was a kid. When I say suburbs, I mean suburbs.
But you were in the hood.
Like, well, it's the hood. No, it wasn't. It wasn't the hood when I was a kid. It was actually a working class neighborhood. It's the
hood now.
But the guy next door was an Air Force guy, and he hated gooseberries, and he had a huge gooseberry bush on the back of his house. And he told my mom, he said go out there anytime you want and get them. So she would hand me a great big colander and say, go fill this up. And I'd go fill it up with gooseberries, and I'd probably eat as much as I picked, and my stomach would be upset, but she would make that gooseberry pie. Oh man.
Yeah.
That's one thing. My mom could make some pie crust, couldn't she?
Yeah, she could.
Some good pie
crust. So Eagle Lover, she said Idaho pasture pigs. And so there's actually a neighbor not too far that has Idaho pasture pigs. And I have the phone number of another guy up in Nebraska that has those as well. Maybe eventually down the road, possibly. But honestly, probably not. Those in.
Look at this. Everybody's been holding out on me with the gooseberries.
Oh, Hacks has them
Hacks has them too.
Well, damn.
Gosh, you guys are killing me.
But
that probably would have made me happy all through last year.
Yeah,
they shared.
The Idaho pasture pigs don't carry as much weight, and they don't gain as big. They're great for not rooting and all that stuff, but we really need this land worked. And so right now the heifers are what we're going to have to bring in. We need the land worked, we need the woods worked and all that stuff. So a little bit of permaculture, what would you call it? Like planning, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. The pigs, we need them to do a job. So that's what we're pulling in. A neighbor of ours, he's actually going to go talk to the guy with the Idaho, and we'll see what happens. So
that's interesting.
In company, what is it?
Utah leads the nation in companies that commit fraud, but the government has cracked down on hard this year.
Yeah.
Boy, that's got to be fodder for the anti-Mormons.
Careful.
Well, I'm just saying the anti-Mormons probably latch onto that like a bone.
I think we need to do some research behind that comment, but it's the responsible thing to do.
Well, we have an in.
Yeah, I'll just call Rickster, and then hey, what are you talking about?
What about somebody else?
Oh yeah,
you know somebody else that lives up there too.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm kind of running out of steam here.
No, if you're done, I guess we're done. Does anybody have any questions or anything like that? Go ahead and put them in. Yeah, we're at 1:18.
You know what, Gregory? We've got this plum tree. Did you see the plum tree over there that was in the bamboo patch?
Yeah. Did you see the plum trees over here?
Yeah, we've got plum trees that are coming in awesome, and we've got a white peach tree that was dead.
Well, you thought it was dead. I asked you not to chop it.
I was gonna cut it out. It was so bad, and I trimmed off a lot of stuff, and there's still dead branches on there, but it came back the last week, and
the blooms are amazing.
Oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. The tree in fact, I ought to go do a short on that tomorrow.
You ought to, because all the peach trees are just in full bloom. The apple trees, the plum trees.
The peach tree up here on the corner isn't.
Yes, it is. You didn't look at it today. Yeah, it's full. So I think, and that's what I do a lot, especially why I decided that I was going to go ahead and direct. So this year I look at what everything else is doing and then try to figure out how I'm going to do that. So
Starla says her baby goji died this winter. We had goji berry plants.
The goats ate them
multiple times.
Hopefully Sarah has them.
I could have killed them. Okay, Faith K's got a question. Does anybody have good garden planning software? Trouble visualizing this huge space, and pen and paper ain't cutting it.
Oh, what's that? It's not software, but I've got that. We could send her one. I think I have two. I've got two. I gave Lori
the gardening by the foot thing.
Yeah.
No, she wants.
Do you know where that's at?
She wants some software so she can plan out the whole garden at one
I would
time.
almost say, Faith K, just get out of the software and like this
Thank you,
guide,
Brian.
it's really cool. So it tells you exactly where to plant everything and then how to do it. And then we use another guide, and it is
Talking about Clyde's.
Clyde's.
Yeah, Clyde's. It's called Clyde's planting scheduler.
Yeah.
And it's a little slide thing. It's got the sleeve, and you pull the paper back and forth.
Yeah,
and,
but especially right now, it's a really good idea to have all this stuff on hand, because who knows if we're going to have software at any point, right?
Yeah.
So let's get it in our arsenal.
I don't even know where that thing is.
I could have sworn I had two, but
there was one with the planting by the foot thing, but I don't know where the planting by the foot thing is either.
You know what?
Tag, you have a good night. Thanks for showing up.
Yeah, Faith Kate, I'm gonna try to find those, and if I can't, I'll go online and look, and I'll just get you one. So
okay,
if you're up for it,
if you can find it, she says send it. I personally, I don't like the thing.
The Clydes.
No, the planting by the foot thing.
And it would have come in really handy yesterday. So
Tiger says that Mother Earth News has a good online planner.
Mother Earth News, they've gone very, very commercial, and we're not doing a lot of that.
Yeah, Clyde's planting guide.
Yeah, I'm not gonna bash them because there's good information, especially if you're starting. You know,
well, yeah, if you're starting out, or you know, I hope that nobody on our chat is just starting out. I would hope that you've started before this.
Well, some are.
But if you know anybody that's starting out, I would recommend telling them to go to at least one or two Mother Earth fairs. It's a good entry point, and you do get a lot of good motivation and a lot of good ideas. Yeah. Okay, so HG says that the Mother Earth one is not free. She's trying to find a free one. I've been hearing a lot about, well, if you find that, let us know, and we'll get it up on the community page, and we'll get it, see if we can't get it in everybody's hands. Well,
and we now know a ghostwriter and a what is that called? Copywriter. So maybe we can take something and change it up a little bit or something, make it free.
Well, they're looking for software so it can visually, with a GUI interface, so you can drag the plants down and figure out where they go.
I just don't know how you're going to do that, to be honest with you. But we're talking a lot more acres here than probably what most are dealing with. So
yeah, Faith, we haven't gone to Mother Earth for
years,
6-7 years probably. And like she said, it got really commercial. Well, and no, let me rephrase that. It didn't get any more commercial than it was.
They got radicalized.
We outgrew the commercial is what it was.
And I think they were radicalized a little bit. But
you know what, Brian? That's why you need to plant a food forest. He says he's got a house right next to Walmart, and everybody just walk by and take my food. That's why you need to disguise it. Disguise it to look like
food
a
forest.
Jungle. Yep. They're super hippie. Look, I remember as a kid, my mother having a subscription to Mother Earth News. This was the early 70s, and it came on mimeograph paper stapled up in the upper left-hand corner is how it. So yeah, it was super hippy dippy. I remember my mom making wine, hanging wine bags underneath the stairs at our little suburban house and growing wine. It tasted like, it was terrible.
Yeah, but hippy dip is also not bad. And so we're trying to go back to our roots, right? And so sometimes we have to step back to the hippy dippy. But that's what I'm saying. I mean, they're not completely bad. We just outgrew them.
That's one thing I like about the permaculture movement, because you've got there are two distinct groups in the permaculture movement, and one is your conservative conservationist type of person, and the other is the what I call the drum circle permaculture people.
Right.
And they're conservationists too. It's just it's different flavors. But the good thing about permaculture is you can take these two groups that normally on social matters and political matters and financial matters
don't mesh.
Do not mesh.
Yep.
They don't go together at all, but they go together perfectly fine when you start talking about permaculture.
And we get a lot of comments because there's some channels, you know, that some people are watching and they're like, they're constantly smoking pot and they're constantly doing this or doing that. And like, it is what it is. Learn what you can from what they're teaching you. And especially in this circle, everybody's different. But, you know, that's part of being free, right? And so you just kind of figure out, excuse me, everybody's free. Excuse me, you cannot judge anybody. I'm not the judge here. So
yeah, big kid's right, Brian. You need to look at your property and then think about defensive measures and then use plants that will do those defensive measures for you. And in fact, I tell people if you're a veteran and you know anything about setting up defensive perimeters.
Is Brian close?
I don't know.
But
if you know anything about setting up defensive measures and stuff, get a map of your property and do a complete defensive strategy workup for your property, and then take all these elements that are in the defensive scheme and look for ways to turn them into permaculture features, something that's going to create food. So Brian lives in northern Oklahoma.
Not too far. Are you going to Pryor, Oklahoma for festival in June?
We're going to be in Pryor. June, first weekend in June.
Yeah, because I'll take some blackberry cuttings and bring them to you. So
yeah,
we're gonna do some bartering out
there.
Hey,
Porterhouse and Teal, how you doing, man? Really like that. That compost video you did the other day. That was some good stuff.
Yeah, I was even asking G. I was like, "Wait, worms do this and that," and he's like, "Yeah."
She freaked out whenever she saw the worms in your compost pile. Mine
I didn't freak out about that. I just didn't know that they laid their eggs as a
cocoon.
Yeah. It's like I had never seen it before, but now
that's something else we're getting into is vermiculture.
Yeah,
so
but
get ready to learn about vermiculture.
Right, but once I saw that, and then now I'm out in the garden and doing all this stuff, getting everything planted. I'm like, oh, that's what that is. And so I don't pluck it and throw it anymore. I leave it in there.
Well,
so
they're tiny. They're little tiny.
Yeah. But it also looks like if there's fertilizer, if they put something in the soil, depending on whatever, sometimes they're green or whatever. You can confuse those a little bit. So I'm just not throwing anything.
So I'm gonna do a series of videos on vermiculture because it's something that I've wanted to get into for a while, and we finally got the opportunity to do it the way I wanted to.
We got a bathtub.
Don't God. She's ruining it. I'm trying to make it so it's a surprise and it's new to them. So now we
literally have 4 bathtubs.
Everybody,
so how did I ruin that?
Everybody's gonna be yeah, I know about it. I know what he's doing now. So they're not gonna watch the video.
I don't think that's true. But I have to go out because for 3 days straight I forgot to pick up worms. So
yes.
But I will.
And I could very easily go dig worms up because the ground out here is full of them. But I'm going
to be honest we want them.
I'm going to be honest with you. I am lazy and I don't want to go dig up worms.
Well, that's not true either. We're fixing the soil. No. So yeah, no, we want worms in here. So we're going to go buy more.
So Eric says the weather's been great there too, man. You're a little bit further north than we are, though. So it's probably still a little cold where you are.
Yeah. Porterhouse, you're live. It was last night, right?
With the leather guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. That was a really good video. And the more I start watching and seeing what you're going through, I'm shocked. And I know everybody says that we're going through it. I don't think we're as bad as what you are. You should have had way more than 7 people live on your live. So just kind of weird. But I absolutely agree with you. And I told you, I made the comment. So, you know, real women, real men, just get back to nature.
Eagle lover, you never know what people will trade it for.
Would she bring?
She said she bring worms, but she's just kidding.
Yeah, no, no. So she's not coming.
No, she's not bringing worms.
You could bring worms.
Seen weirder. I've seen a lot weirder. Okay, we're in an hour and 30 minutes. I got some stuff I got to do.
We got to get the store up.
The last bit of news, we should have a full-blown Grumpy Acres Farm dedicated web store sometime in the next week and a half. Eagle Lover says they are going to Midwest Pertinence.
Great. Can't wait to see you.
So we should have a full-blown store up, and we've got some ideas for some very Grumpy Acre specific type of stuff. We came up with an idea last night. We got somebody coming over Thursday. We're going to feed them dinner and discuss it with them and see if we can make it happen.
Nothing China made.
Yeah, nothing. Nothing China made. Well, there's the radiant heater that we got for the chickens. If you followed our channel, you realize that we've got this aversion to heat lamps now. We are not big fans of heat lamps. So she found these Producer's Pride radiant heaters that work great. They're fantastic. The chicks love them. Made in China, and tell them where you bought them.
Tractor Supply.
Had I known she was going to Tractor Supply, I would have told her no.
I didn't mean to. I had to find something, and I needed it quick. It was convenient. It was convenient.
This is a preview of an upcoming video that's probably going to upset some people.
Well, but I also wanted something that wasn't going to burn my house down. So there's that.
We need to stick by our convictions. And
how are you going to worm them?
Like I always say,
keep them warm.
When I got one finger pointed at you, I got three pointed back at me. So don't think that I'm not talking about myself as well. But we all need to stick to our convictions, right? Right?
I guess we just let everybody go broody and figure it out. We're gonna have to figure something out.
We figure it out.
We're gonna have to figure something out.
And then the extra incubator that you got was made in China. Did you see that?
Was that Producer's Pride?
The new one? No, the new incubator.
That's Producer's Pride.
Not the one we got from
the brand new one is Producer's Pride.
Made in China. It says right on the box.
Well, that's interesting because that one actually hatched more eggs than any of the other two.
It was the eggs. It wasn't the incubator.
You keep saying
they
that,
all
but
do
you
the
don't
same
know.
exact
you
thing.
don't know. You don't know.
They all do the same exact thing.
You don't know.
The only difference between it and the other incubators was the cat slept on top of it.
Well, plus the other issue we had with B and Tag's incubator, and I don't know how long that alarm was going off, but we were at SRF and I got a phone call. The alarm won't go off. And I said, okay, what does everything read? And they told me, and I said, okay, here's what you have to do. And I walked her through it. She got everything in there. We did have 11 survive from there. 11. We had 11 survive from there. But yeah, no, I'm not impressed.
Well, Eagle Love, you missed the front end of the which one? You missed the front end of the conversation. The part of the problem, in my opinion, is that we got it so quick. I mean, literally within 12 hours. Within 12 hours, we had all these eggs, and there's no telling how the eggs were done beforehand. And then, there were some heat issues and some humidity. Other things. So we're gonna
we'll try it again.
Yeah, we're gonna get B and Tag's incubator back to them so that they can start hatching.
Well,
chicks
they're
again.
already doing theirs. This is the second one, so we'll get this one done.
But we're gonna
fill them again, and then what we're gonna do is a count, and then we need to make sure we're home at a stretch, which we should be able to do in May. So we'll make sure we're home at a stretch. But I have to be really careful about that too, because I don't want to take anything from B, and I really don't want to take from a few others in the community, just because people do sell their eggs. So for me to do an experiment and just kind of figure out what equipment works and what doesn't, just kind of stupid if they can make money off of it, right?
Right.
So
Okay. So we do need to wrap this up. If you're not on freesteading, you need to get on freesteading.
freesteading.com.
Freesteading.com. Get on your state pages at the very least, and check the calendar. And if you have any events, stick them on the calendar. We need to, as a community, we need to start helping each other out by letting each other know when we're doing things, so that we're not stepping on each other's toes.
Outdoor what?
An outdoor RUVI tag.
I don't know
Self-contained
what
and
that
uses
is.
Bluetooth. It'll send an alarm to your phone.
Oh, yeah. A lot of people are talking about that. That's the same thing we have to get on our freezer. But also not a bad idea to just
There
go
you
check
go.
the freezers and do all that.
There you go. You can go see your kid if you adopt him.
Oh, I don't know. Don't know.
So,
about
Hacks,
that.
what event did you add?
No, they added.
I said, what
added
event
an
did he
event.
add?
Oh, probably Kentucky. I think we're all going to Kentucky.
Yep, that'll be fun.
Yeah. So we'll do food preservation, I think is what we're talking about there.
But we're gonna do a different twist. We're gonna see if we can't put a different twist on it.
Well, I think what we're gonna do is just talk to Jason and actually gear where everybody's at, and then figure out if we actually need to do canning. Oh, we got interrupted at SRF because I had to cook food and feed people, so we didn't can. But yeah,
okay,
we'll figure it out.
Wrap it up. You're yammering.
Yammering?
Yeah.
No. All right, guys. Till next time.
Okay, guys. You guys, thank you for. It was Kentucky Sustainables event.
Yeah.
Yep. You guys, thanks for showing up. We love it when you guys take part in these lives. Remember, go out and support each other. If you know somebody that's trying to get a business going on a homestead, promote them.
Yep.
Use them. We try to throw as much money to people as possible, because it's the only way we're going to get free. It's the only way we're all going to break free of the systems, if we build these alternative economies that run parallel to the one that's failing. Well, we don't want it running parallel to the one that's
we want it
that's
to be
failing.
better.
We want it to be better. And most importantly, go out tomorrow and
live a life done free.
All right, guys. Thanks for showing up. Take care, y'all.